What's up, Marvelites? I'm Ryan Panagos, aka Agent M, and I am so excited to be joined by Bill Rosemann.
Hey, true believers.
What is your amazing title at this point?
Well, what they call me is VP and Creative Director at Marvel Games.
Boom. You just got a couple of creative VPs up here.
What's up?
Hey,
VP's in the house.
Very excited. Now, Billy, I
Yes.
haven't seen you since the Marvel Games panel.
Yes.
That was, you guys went to Hall H.
Yeah.
Greg Miller took off his shirt.
He did, of course.
We had tons of guests, tons of cool stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Highlights for you, personal highlights.
Well, I mean, I just like to see that actually people showed up to hear what we had to say.
Yeah.
We really appreciate people coming and hearing what we have to talk about, because all the game makers, they are working so hard every day, and they're not used to being on stage, but they get so psyched when they hear the reaction. So highlights were, of course, talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 that released to the world yesterday, so that was great to talk about it, and boom, it hit actually that night. That was great. We announced the Summoner Challenge for Contest of Champions. We talked about Marvel's Iron Man VR for PlayStation VR. That was awesome to see behind-the-scenes footage. Adi Granov, legendary Marvel artist, was there.
We showed that video.
Yeah, the time-lapse?
Time-lapse.
It was so cool.
He's amazing.
I think most people, they look at his finished art and they think, oh, he just does it all on computer, it's all like digital. It's like, no, he's there and he's putting the work in, and that was over the course of 3 days. It was a beautiful video. Happy to bring that to the people. Then we had Team Liquid come out and debut a new jersey. It was a Spider-Man jersey. And then finally, to let the world see actual gameplay, about 20 minutes of gameplay from Marvel's Avengers from our friends at Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
So that was awesome for people to see the gameplay, to see how we keep iterating, to see how things are getting bigger and better and more awesome, and then also to see footage of the skill tree selection and the move selection and the costumes, the different uniforms they're going to be able to have for your characters, and build and customize your Avengers and play an all-new Avengers adventure.
Yeah, there was one video that showed off like Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk, and different costumes and versions.
Exactly.
And everybody's like, oh, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
But then you get to Hulk, and there was like the pinstripe suit,
Mr. Fix-It.
Little bit of Mr. Fix-It,
yeah,
and around me, and I was in the reserved seating area, so it's like our Marvel Games people were behind me.
Right.
I had like our partners in front of me, and people I knew all around, and they were like, what?
Yeah.
Screaming like little girls.
Yeah. It's because, you know, so far people have just seen sort of iconic versions of them, but then when they see like that Viking Thor, like, whoa, what is that? Or cool Captain America inspired by some of the recent comics, and then when they see a big change like Fix-It, and they see the nice break in the pants, the quality of the material on that tie.
Some spats.
Yes, it's like we're paying attention, it's quality, it looks great. Yeah. Fun and surprises. It was great. At that moment, I was behind stage getting the collector's edition statue of Captain America. So even behind the stage, I could hear the audience reacting, and it was like, yes, they like it.
A nice gentleman by the name of Nolan North gave me his pin.
See?
What a sweetheart.
Nolan North, who plays Tony Stark / Iron Man in the game. The cast that's been assembled by Crystal Dynamics and the creative director, Shauna Sky, he's really assembled, pun intended, an all-star cast, because we really wanted to bring, you know, these characters deserve it, the fans deserve it, and we wanted to show that, you know, like other games we've made, this is a story that's not going to try and fit in between comics, it's not going to try and fit in between films and follow that continuity, because we want to give our creators the most freedom possible. We want to blend everything together. We want to look at cartoons, film, comics, and tell our own story, and to do that, to create our Avengers and bring our spin to it, we need an all-star cast like that. And the reason we want to tell an all-new story is that as a player, you don't want to know what happens next, right? If you know it takes place between two films or in between two comics, well, you know what's going to happen after. So we're so lucky that Marvel gives us the freedom to tell our own story. So as a player, you're like, I just want to know what happens next.
Sure.
I don't know what's going to happen, so I just want to keep playing this. In addition to the awesome gameplay and customizing your characters and having fun with your friends, everything that Marvel does at the heart is story. And we want to tell an all-new Avengers story.
Indeed. Bill, thanks for coming, chatting about all the games. Very exciting.
Thanks for having me up in the VP house.
VP house. We'll be back with more soon.